Hola, my lovelies. I'm back. So, I'm going to break down my paranormal series for you. So, the first is the Teaching Between Midnight and Dawn series. This follows Ariana Fuentes. Ariana is a 7th grade history teacher, and she doesn't know that she is a descendant of the gods. And when I say gods, I mean Egyptian gods. So, Sekhmet, Isis, Osiris. She has no clue. Arn is a 475-year-old werewolf who was banished from his clan because he unalived someone. He had good rights to unalive that person, but because he did, and he didn't wait for the Nominus Council, which is the governing body of all of these series. It's a council, and it makes the laws for this universe. And because he didn't wait for them to take action and to deal with the person who did what they did, Orange just unalived him. He was like, I'm tired of waiting. I told you. And so he's banished from his clan. So for 200 years, he literally walks the earth with no clan, no anything. Arn is a Scottish werewolf. Ariana is Afro-Latina. She is culturally Afro-Latina, but she is biracial. So she's South African and I won't say what the other race is because I can't. That's book 21 when you find out all of Ariana's complete backstory. So I can't say what the other portion is. But anyway, and so he's championed to find this descendant and to basically protect her because the Nominus Council has found the legend which refers to her, and she will surpass everyone and everything that they've known. So their first instinct is to take her out, because if they can't turn her to their side, then they need to take her out. So Arn is there basically to protect her. This has 20 books, and each book basically begins with a new character because there's a prophecy, there's a legend. And in order for this legend to come to fruition, each of these events have to fall into place, which is why you get new characters for each book. But Ariana and Arn are in every book because the story is about Ariana. It's just you're getting different points of views from the new characters who come in for each book. And then book 9 is Ariana. Book 10 is basically someone else. Book 11 is Ariana. Book 12, 13. Book 15 is another character. So it goes like that. And this is called Ariana's Legend. There's 20 books in this series. The next series is a light fairy tale. Midna is a college professor who basically doesn't know she's a witch because her big mama was a practicing voodoo priestess queen, but because the mom was very religious, very Catholic, because they're Jewish and Creole, so the mom was very Catholic. She didn't want to deal with her mom, and she banned her basically from the family. So she has no idea of her actual witch ancestry until she meets Kellen, which is prince of the Light Fae courts. And he doesn't want to be prince. Him and his brother, Kellen, twin, have been fighting for centuries because of an event that took place back then. And so because of that event, Kellen decided to declare himself Dark Fae. And so they fight off and on because Kellen blames Callan for what happened that day. And so Callan has to take the throne, but he doesn't want to. And so he asks his father if he can go to the human world. He goes to the human world. He pisses around for 4 years. And then his dad is like, no, I'm sorry, you need to come back. But by then he's fallen in love with Midna. And he doesn't know how to tell her what he actually is until this big, huge event happens. And then he has to tell her. And then Midna, basically, in all of that, gets kidnapped. And so now the bookie begins. This is a light fae fairy tale series, and the first book is Minda's Fairy Tale. And it says here reverse harem. There are reverse harem elements. When the cover artist made this, he put this here, and I didn't tell him to. He was asking about what the book was, because this doesn't actually happen until book 7. And so he put this here, but this cover cost so much money that I was like, we're using it. Anyway, so that doesn't happen until book 7. The next series is Bayou Blues, and Izzy is a California chef who decides to move to Louisiana to basically look up her roots, because there's some issue in her family where her mom and her aunt left Louisiana and they never went back. And there's a like some dark history, but neither the mom nor the aunt will talk about it. So Izzy moves to Louisiana. She is an executive chef. She takes a job as an executive chef there, and then she meets Lucas Moreau. Lucas Moreau's family pretty much set this part of Louisiana on the map because they owned everything. And then, crazy enough, his parents disappeared one night, and no one's seen them ever since. And he's been looking for his parents for the last 7-8 years. He doesn't know what happened to them. He can't find them, and it's all in this backstory. But Izzy has no clue about all this danger that she actually put herself in because of the fact that her mom and her aunt won't tell her what it is. Izzy is a witch. She doesn't know that. That's part of the background that the mom and the aunt won't talk about. So Izzy is an older woman. She's 42 years old. He's 34, or supposedly 34, but he's actually 360 years old. And so Izzy is like, I'm not with this, because she thinks he's younger than her. But Luke is like, yeah, this is happening. Next is the Death Merchant series. These are ancient warriors who come in all flavors: vampires, werewolves, warlocks. And what it is, they have a legacy curse against them. It is a blood tie, legacy curse. Basically, someone in your family, in your immediate circle, can cast this curse if they're pissed off at you, or they don't like you, they hate you, they want to see you dead, unalived, any of that. They can cast this. And so Tafar, which is one of the original ancients, he trained these guys. And then he later on, he became disenfranchised and he got pissed off and he cast this curse. So all of these mates have this curse attached to him, but the only person who can cure this curse is a death merchant. And if they both survive this curse, then they become like the most ultimate power. And once again, the Nominus is like, no, we're not having this. So they want to corral this power. But these guys are like, no, we've lived too hard, fought for the Nominus, because they don't know anything but fighting for the Nominus from birth. They're taken as babies. They're trained to fight evil, so they never were allowed to have compassion, love, any of that stuff. And then here comes these beautiful women, and they fall in love, and then it just basically reigns chaos. The next is Married to a Vampire, the Paranormal Matrimony series. Romana is a death merchant. She was the first female death merchant. She got disenfranchised because of the fact that her boyfriend was killed, or so she thinks he's killed. And she doesn't want to be a death merchant anymore, so she abdicates her magic and she basically retires herself. Mathis, which is the vampire who she thinks killed her boyfriend, actually didn't, but he's 1,500 years old. He's homies with Sephiroth and Draken from the other series, because they're all blood brothers. They were all sired by Stenos. And so he's in love with her. So for 6 years, he causes her drama, but not like bad drama, just like, flirting type, that type of drama, like, I'm gonna bite you, that type, because he's in love with her. And then finally, Romana is just like, okay, wait, what's going on? And so this series is about Romana and Mathis and them being married. So her whole idea of being married to a vampire. And then series 6 is about elemental witches, Casada, Jaden, and Casada, Jaden, and oh my god, I can't remember my other character's name. But anyway, it is an elemental shifter series, and these are elemental witches who don't know that they're elemental witches either. And so they fall in love with shifters. And so the shifters are basically like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get my mate, even if she is an elemental witch. And because they are elemental witches in this universe, they are a rarity. So, of course, Nominus wants to take them out if they can't turn them. And then the last series is the book is actually bigger than this. This is one of the older books that I wrote. It is a dragon series, and it's Dragon Fae, because Graham is, he was Fae, but he was a lore Fae, and so he rescued a dragon. And she, on her deathbed, she gave him her essence, and so he became half dragon, half Fae. And then Lachey is an actual onyx dragon, but she doesn't know that she is. So basically, he needs to teach her. So all these books are at Barnes & Noble. You can get them now. They're all available.